So, updates are more discoveries and appreciation of women and the importance of making oral sex like the most important thing, like more important than sex. Like that's the major thing. It's like making that more of a priority than wanting sex. It's a different energy. It's like when you get off, when men masturbate regularly and get off, they're not so focused on the penetrative sex of intercourse to get off. So it's less about their genitals and more about the woman's vulva. And I'm finding that there is kind of a reinvention of the way we look at vulva, because women are obviously, due to this day and age, women are able to have higher hygienic standards, and there's just a lot that they can do to make themselves healthier and better. Everything from herbs that maintain the pH of the vagina, to laser hair removal, to techniques of avoiding premarital intimacy. I mean, all these guys talk about wanting to have multiple women, but that means those women were with multiple guys, and to me it's just gross. Why would anyone want that? I can't imagine why somebody would be attracted to that, a guy. And moreover, why would a guy want more than one woman? Like, isn't one woman adequately attractive? And so it's a new framework of of looking at things. Like, it's looking at a woman through the lens of, would you want to give her oral sex? And it's different because, a woman who has more fat on her legs, and that may be sexually arousing, but you wouldn't want to give her oral sex because the fat makes it so her vagina doesn't get, it gets, no aeration, and and so that's important. And it's also like a skin tone thing and a health thing. Like, a woman may look pretty or look sexy of her fat deposits on her breasts or buttocks, but you should be able to look at a woman and the first thing you think of is that you'd want to give her oral sex, is essentially what I'm trying to say. And I think that's only a result of women being physically fit and healthy, and also their skin being nice, and you liking the skin tone of their skin as well. That's also an element to it. But yeah, it's like all these little details, and it's like, at first you might think, well, sexual intercourse is the most significant or attractive thing that I could want from a woman, but oral sex is more important because it's transcendental. It's beyond just your desire to get gratification and get off. It's more about you wanting to experience the eroticism and serenity and peace of mind that comes with giving a woman oral sex, because it makes you focused and more peaceful and gives you a frame of reference to life. Like, what's the meaning of life? It's vulva. It's celebrating women's flowers, and that's like our God. That's how we orient ourselves around life. And like, that's why one reason I want a lot of guys, everyone to get married, is because because then the woman will be, everyone will be happier. And to me, it makes sense from a moral frame that married women can be strippers as opposed to other women. I don't think they should be strippers, because married women, when they're dancing, there's no hint or hope for something more. It's purely about who they are and caring about each other and wanting to be with each other, and the woman not wanting any other guy, and so she can happily display her flower without without the guy without the guys there being like a hint of wanting something more or something else. It's just purely for the display of the entertainment, and that's one way that you can worship. Because if it is your God, then you should worship, it, and keep it sacred. And this isn't like, women easily misinterpret this. I've found they see me as being objectifying women and reducing them to only one aspect of their sexuality. But to me, the vulva is the most attractive to look at, to experience, to be around. But the important thing is to not be caught up in all these people trying to like there's a lot of people who will say it's like women themselves should be more protective and treating with dignity their body, and especially their vulva. They should be playing with themselves. They shouldn't want to marry a man unless he's fully willing to worship her vulva and make it the top priority, top orientation. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm stepping out to do a task, but let's keep this vibe going, and you can learn more at vulva.com. I'm soon to have another website going, but it's the essence of it, right? And to the two viewers, please like the video, make a comment after it's published. It'll be published probably in a day or so, but yeah, aloha to you guys, and yeah, let's make our life about vulva. Otherwise, what else is the point of life? Like, the human species. I used to be saying stuff like save the world. Now I'm really realizing it's not about the world per se. It's about the human species. I'm not committed to the world. I mean, it is our planet that we exist on, but we could surely venture elsewhere. The important thing is human species, and if it's not about celebrating the vulva, then what's the point of life at all? We should destroy ourselves. So let's go forward with that positive thinking. It's more subtle and more special, and it feels important when you're orally pleasuring a woman. It feels like you're doing something significant, and be selective about who you would want to do it with. That's the first frame where you should categorize whether you consider a woman for marriage. If you can just look at her and you can think right away if you'd be attracted to her. And then let's see what else. Yeah, aloha, guys. Remember, it's beyond, like, the breast is just fat and it's sex and it's meant for babies, and so men should be attracted to the vulva, not the breasts and the nipples. And the same with, even though men and women should, pleasure each other, and like women should pleasure men's genitals and obviously sexual interactions, but beyond that, it should be more about vulva and in terms of the public culture, the public culture. And by the way, women, here's a tip on attracting a guy is, you should want to not make eye contact with him, but kind of bend over and show off your posterior a little bit, or your vulva a little bit, like with yoga pants. And another way to attract the guy is you do the same things that he likes. Like, you don't attract a guy just with your beauty. If you attract a man of principles by aligning with his principles, and all this stuff about roles and submissive women and everything, it's all meaninless. What's more, it's good for the man, obviously, to be able to be masculine and provider, but what's more important and what will transcend all that is that just the couple orient their lives around vulva and orient their lives around the principles and preferences that they share. Like, because you should be able to, as long as you have the same, like, values, moral values and stuff, you should be fine. So thanks for watching, and aloha.